There is a structural innovation that can cool a home by 15 degrees Fahrenheit in the height of summer without a single moving part, a single fan, or even a single watt of electricity being consumed. While the modern construction industry relies on mechanical HVAC systems with a coefficient of performance that degrades every season, this technology turns the very walls of a building into a cooling system. It is a system that utilizes the density of air and the ideal gas law to create a continuous, silent flow of ventilation that clears toxins, prevents mold, and reclaims your financial independence from the power grid. Yet, despite being the most cost-effective cooling solution in human history, this technology has been sidelined by a building industry that prioritizes airtight, plastic-wrapped boxes over structures that actually live and breathe. So what is it? How does it work? And more importantly, how can you benefit from it? Let's find out. To understand why this technology is a threat to the modern energy status quo, you have to understand the crisis it was designed to solve. The adoption of the solar chimney was never a matter of architectural preference. It was a necessity. The origin of this technology begins on the arid, blistering plateaus of ancient Persia, specifically in cities like Yazd. 3,000 years ago, architects faced a biological necessity: how to keep a city habitable when the ambient temperature regularly exceeds 113 degrees Fahrenheit. They didn't have the luxury of electricity or chemical refrigerants. What they had was an intimate mathematical understanding of the density of air. They developed the badger, a vertical masonry shaft that utilized the thermal lag of high-mass stone. These weren't just decorative towers, they were the world's first solar thermal engines. By utilizing the pressure differential between the shaded courtyards and the sun-baked tower tops, they created a constant thermal siphon. In many cases, these towers were paired with qanats, underground water channels. The tower would pull air across the water, utilizing evaporative cooling to drop the temperature of the air before it ever entered the living space. For centuries, this was the global standard for high-performance cooling. By the 19th century, as the British Empire expanded into regions like India and Africa, they encountered these systems and integrated them into colonial hospitals and barracks. The British Medical Journal documented that wards equipped with these thermal stacks had significantly lower mortality rates during cholera and influenza outbreaks. The reason wasn't medicine, it was physics. The stacks provided a constant atmospheric flush, removing pathogens and moisture that thrive in stagnant air. The reason a solar chimney outperforms a mechanical fan is not about horsepower. It is about the physics of the stack effect and the Bernoulli principle. To understand the engineering of a building that breathes, you have to follow the air. At its core, a solar chimney is a vertical shaft designed to maximize solar gain. It consists of a high-efficiency absorber plate, usually a dark-colored metal or masonry surface, positioned behind a layer of high-transmittance glazing. As solar radiation passes through the glass, it hits the absorber plate and is converted into long-wave thermal energy. According to the ideal gas law, as the temperature of the air inside that shaft increases, its density decreases. The air becomes lighter than the surrounding atmosphere. These energized molecules begin to rise rapidly toward the exhaust at the top of the chimney. This upward movement creates a zone of negative pressure at the base of the chimney. Because nature abhors a vacuum, the building is forced to inhale. It pulls fresh, cooler air from the lowest, most shaded part of the building, usually a north-facing intake or an underground earth tube, and drags it through the living spaces. And because the system is powered by solar radiation, the pumping speed of the chimney is in direct proportion to the heat load on the building. On a 100-degree Fahrenheit afternoon, when an AC unit is struggling and drawing maximum current, the delta T, the temperature difference between the collector and the ambient air, is at its peak. The chimney is at its most powerful, moving thousands of cubic feet of air per hour without moving a single mechanical part. But what happens in the winter? This is where the dual-mode engineering comes in. A properly designed solar chimney includes a bypass damper. In the winter, you close the exterior exhaust and open an interior return vent. The rising hot air is no longer dumped outside. It is recirculated back into the building's thermal mass. This effectively turned your cooling tower into a massive solar air heater. The performance of this atmospheric engine is dictated by two primary variables: the height of the stack and the temperature difference. The taller the shaft, the greater the pressure differential, and the higher the velocity of the air. This is the engine displacement of your home. And the performance of these systems isn't anecdotal. It is backed by decades of bioclimatic research. In 1995, researchers at the University of Arizona conducted an extensive audit of a residential solar chimney in the Sonoran Desert. They found that the system maintained an indoor temperature of 75 degrees Fahrenheit, while the outside air was a blistering 106 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a 17-degree Fahrenheit reduction, using nothing but the weight of the atmosphere and the heat of the sun. But the real evidence is in the air changes per hour. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates that indoor air is often 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. In a modern airtight home with a standard HVAC system, the air is mostly recirculated, providing less than 0.5 air changes per hour of fresh air. This leads to the buildup of volatile organic compounds, CO2, and moisture. A solar chimney, on the other hand, provides between 8 and 12 air changes per hour of 100% fresh, filtered air. This constant atmospheric flush prevents the sick building syndrome that plagues modern residential construction. It is the mechanical equivalent of leaving every window in your house open, without the security risk or the loss of thermal control. On carbon and sustainability, the comparison is not remotely close. To manufacture, install, and operate a standard 3-ton central AC system over its 15-year lifespan carries an embodied carbon debt of approximately 25 tons of CO2. A solar chimney, constructed from high-mass masonry, recycled aluminum, and glass, has a carbon payback period of less than 6 months. Once the structure is built, the operating cost is zero. It is a carbon-negative asset that increases the value of the property while decreasing the operational overhead. And the impact these systems have on your energy independence is massive. A study by the University of Nottingham showed that buildings utilizing solar chimneys could reduce their total cooling energy consumption by up to 75%. In a world of rising energy costs and grid instability, this is a level of security that a mechanical machine simply cannot provide. So why wasn't it adopted? The answer lies in the way we finance and regulate comfort. The modern building industry is built on a foundation of subcontracting and standardization. It is easier for a developer to build a cheap, thin-walled, uninsulated box, and then pay an HVAC contractor $5,000 to add a mechanical heating system. It's a plug-and-play solution that requires no specialized architectural knowledge and no integration into the building's footprint. Then there is the energy dependence trap. The utility companies and the manufacturers of mechanical cooling units have zero incentive to promote a technology that never breaks, never needs a filter change, and never sends a monthly bill. The modern framework that locks solar chimneys out of the American landscape is the International Residential Code. While the code doesn't explicitly ban solar chimneys, it is written entirely around ASHRAE 62.2 standards, which prioritize mechanical inputs. Because a solar chimney is passive, meaning its performance varies based on the intensity of the sun, it falls into a regulatory void. It doesn't have a UL listing or a factory-certified Energy Star rating, because it isn't a product, it's an architectural feature. Most local building inspectors will insist on a mechanical backup system anyway, effectively doubling the cost of the build and forcing the homeowner to buy a machine they don't need. It is a de facto ban through bureaucracy. We are told that active systems, the ones with compressors and refrigerants, are modern, and passive systems like chimneys are primitive. But in reality, the machine is the primitive solution. It relies on brute force, high energy, and complex moving parts that are designed to fail. The chimney is the sophisticated solution. It relies on an elegant, permanent understanding of the laws of the universe. It is a succession of failure, where you are forced to buy a machine designed to break, to fix a house that was designed to fail in the first place. If you want to integrate an atmospheric engine into your own home, here is what that looks like in practice. There are 2 primary ways to implement this technology. For an existing home, the most efficient path is a wall-hanging solar chimney. This is an insulated box attached to a south-facing wall. To build one, you need an absorber plate coated in a selective surface paint, a material that absorbs 95% of solar radiation but has low emittance, preventing the heat from radiating back out through the glass. You then cover this with low emissivity glass to trap the heat inside the stack. For a 500 square foot space, you need a collector area of approximately 20 square feet. The cost for a DIY build sits between $300 and $500 using UV-stabilized polycarbonate and high-temperature silicone. You cut two 6-inch vents into your wall, one at the floor and one at the ceiling, and let the physics take over. For new construction, the pro move is to design the structure as a dedicated thermal exhaust engine. Unlike a retrofit, a new build allows you to calculate the precise neutral pressure plane of the building to maximize the stack effect. The strategy involves integrated vertical shafts, ideally 20 to 33 feet in height, built into the south-facing thermal mass of the home. These shafts must be lined with a spectrally selective absorber plate and shielded by high transmittance, low iron glazing to prevent thermal re-radiation. By placing the air intake at the lowest, most shaded point of the structure, the chimney creates a continuous pressure differential. This forces the house to inhale geothermally cooled air at the ground floor, while simultaneously exhaling the hot, buoyant air through the roof-level vents. This creates a 0-watt, high-volume air exchange that can provide between 8 and 12 fresh air changes per hour, effectively replacing the need for a mechanical compressor. And if you really want to achieve radical autonomy, you pair your solar chimney with an earth tube. You bury a 100-foot run of 6-inch PVC or clay pipe 6 feet underground, where the temperature remains a constant 54 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. The solar chimney provides the suction that pulls fresh air through that pipe. By the time the air reaches your living room, it has been geothermally cooled to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a no-watt air conditioner that works even during a total grid collapse. The maintenance is the final piece of the puzzle. Because there are no moving parts, no refrigerants, and no motors, the system is a forever machine. An annual check of the intake filters to ensure high-velocity flow and a cleaning of the glazing to ensure maximum solar transmittance is the only requirement. Unlike an AC unit that requires a $200 service call every year, a solar chimney is a permanent structural organ of the house. The solar chimney is a 3,000-year-old answer to a 21st century problem. If you allow physics to do its work, it will turn your home into a silent, self-regulating engine of air, without the need for the grid, the utility company, or the succession of failure that defines modern housing. A lot of what this channel covers was nearly lost, not because it stopped working, but because the industry decided that simplicity wasn't profitable enough. If rediscovering the lost art of self-sufficiency and high-performance building matters to you, then subscribing and sharing is the simplest way to make sure this kind of knowledge keeps being found. In this video, we covered the solar chimney, which uses the sun to move air. But if you want to see what happens when you take that same thermal mass logic and apply it to a wall that turns solar energy into heat using nothing more than the sun, then you need to watch our video on the Trombe wall, a genius design that can reduce your heating bills by 70%.